Hey guys, Tepcocyclerepair. I just got back from a ride at West Virginia and I did a fuel consumption test to find out how much this bike is going to get miles per gallon. Now, the question always comes up, how many miles can you get out of this? How far can I go? I always see it on forums. So what I did was I used up I kept track of every bit of gas that went in there. I filled it back up to where I started to, which is right there. And I calculated everything. Now, on the TX300 TBI models, you have this section right here that sometimes gas can pool there. And if you're riding on flat ground and you're not splashing it up into the center, you're not going to be able to use that. But let's say we got all of that into the center where the fuel pickup is and everything's splashed down in there. How much can you get out of this, and how many out of the full tank, and how many miles can you get per gallon out of this bike? So let's go over the numbers. All right, so first off, guys, when I went riding up there, I went with a bunch of good buddies, the kind that if you get stuck somewhere, you want them to be around because you're gonna get out of there. So a bunch of great guys I went with. Now, they all ride side by side. You only had one of the dirt bike with me, so the speeds are gonna be, lower. So our average speed was 9.5 miles per hour. Now, if you're doing single track stuff, really tight single track, you're probably gonna be close to that, but you're gonna be using different, throttle ranges and stuff like that. Might use different amounts of gas. So we did go through some technical stuff, a lot of flat ground riding, side by side, picture, greenway kind of riding, some of it. But then we did get into the rocky stuff, so I went off on my own to do some other riding. So let's go over the numbers of what I got out of this bike for that ride. So that ride, we rode for 4.2 hours. We did 65.8 miles, which gave us an average speed of 9.5. So at 9.5 miles per hour in those miles, I ended up using 1.992 gallons of gas. So using those numbers there, that gave me 33.03 miles per gallon. So if you take that number, the capacity of this tank, and you get everything out of the tank is 2.24 gallons. That means that the far as you can get out of that, if you get every little splash out of the tank, you can go 73.98 miles out of that tank. So guys, I know that question always comes up about how many miles you're getting out of your bike, how far can you go in a tank. Again, it all going to depend on your altitude, how hard you're on the gas, where you are the RPM range. This 300 does everything at real low RPM range. If you're revving, tacking it out, if you're doing climbs, if your bike falls over and dumps some gas out of the breather, all kinds of different things. But I'm giving you what I think is kind of some people's average day of riding, because like I said, I was with side by sides, but we went off into some other trails as well, did some rocky climbs, all kinds of things, had a lot of connector rides on the pavement. So it's a little bit different than an average ride, definitely different than my average ride in the dirt bike. But give you an idea, 33 miles per gallon, roughly 33.03 is what I got. So 73.98 miles out of one complete tank. But do me a favor, guys, let me know how far you're getting out of your bike before you run out of fuel. Let me know if you figured this out yourself and how many miles you're getting per gallon. And put it in the comments. I'd like to hear and see if what I'm doing here is close to what you guys are getting where you're riding. Everybody rides in different places. So anyway, hopefully this helps you out, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications. Until next time, it's Tepcocyclerepair.